Hi there, DGTV. Today we're here with Gail Vaz-Oxlade, who is an author, TV presenter. You'll probably recognize her from the long-running series Till Debt Do Us Part, and also Princesses. Gail's a financial expert, and she's known for straight shooting. Is that a good way of saying it?
Yeah.
A recent Royal Bank poll that said young people, I believe, only 39% of under 35s are investing in RSPs these days. Now,
and why would they, when we have experts telling young people not to bother investing in RSPs, because in fact it's not to their advantage? Lord love a duck, honestly. You know, that RSP is the single best way to save for retirement.
So the argument, though, that I've read in a few places in this last week is that while interest rates are so low, you should be paying off your debt and not saving. So you're not a fan of that plan?
Well, unfortunately what happens is that if you are not a saver, then what motivates you to become a saver? Mm-hmm. I mean, what magical thing happens where you automatically turn on your saving button? When is there a good time to start? I say the time to start is right now. Mm-hmm. And I say the amount to start with is $1.
$1 a day?
Because the thing is that once you become a saver, you change your mindset. Mm-hmm. You start moving from not accumulating to accumulating. Get the debt paid off. Once the debt is paid off, take the money we're using for debt repayment, reallocate it, really focus on that emergency fund, because without that emergency fund, you get driven back to your debt. Plan for the long term, because you know what? If you don't plan for the long term, it just means you're going to have a really miserable retirement. I mean, who wants to be old, sick, and poor?
Not me.
No.
How many credit cards do you have? 2.
I have a business credit card. No, that's not true. I have 3. I have a business credit card. I have a personal credit card, and I have a credit card I keep at home, tucked away, that I do all my online purchases with. It has a really low limit, so my exposure is really low online.
There you go. Good thinking. I do that too, actually. That's one thing I do right this afternoon. Yeah. Okay, so what about a guilty pleasure? What have you got? Any of those?
I love tea.
Yeah?
I'll spend an exorbitant amount of money on tea.
What's the most expensive tea you've bought?
I don't know per se, because I usually buy 2 or 3 of them at a time, but I can spend $200 in a tea store.
There's other people like you out there that give good advice. You know, I won't mention that woman with the blonde hair who screams at people a lot on Oprah. But she's always talking about a certain percentage that we should have.
Yeah.
Is a nest egg the right term, or is it a safety net? What do you think about
Well, if you're talking about the emergency fund, then what you need is you need to have 6 months worth of essential expenses. It covers your rent. It covers, or your mortgage payment. Mm-hmm. It covers the basic foods, not filet mignon. But the basic food, no wine. Oh. No wine, no bad habits, as a matter of fact. Okay. It does cover your minimum payments on your debt so that your credit history does not go into the toilet while you're getting your feet back onto you. I cannot tell you the number of people that write me letters that say, you know what, I know I owe a lot of money, but I can't even figure out how much I owe. What? You bust your butt, you haul your ass out of bed in the cold or the rain, you drag yourself to work, you work hard all day long, you come home, you're juggling family, you're juggling the kids, all to make a living, and you're not watching the money? I don't get it.
What is the consistent wall people throw up when you show up to help? Or even if you just sat with me right now and asked me some key questions, what would I?
You don't want to change your behavior. You like what you're doing. It's comfortable. You like buying the nice boots. You like having dinner out. You like having dinner out 2 or 3 nights a week. You like the fact that when you get home and you're tired, you just order in. You don't want to actually change your behavior, because change is hard, okay? And so that's consistently the thing that I run into.
I've noticed that you don't see that Freedom 55 thing much anymore.
That's because we're all turning 55 and we're not free yet.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it was sold to us, but that's another example of something that got sold to us. You know, they wrapped it up with a nice bow, and they made us feel warm and cuddly, and they sold us insurance. That's what that was all about.
Those guys, huh?
Yeah, well, you know what? No, not just those guys. That's their job. Their job is to, well, you know, I don't know. I mean, when you make a beautiful steak and a nice baked potato and a fabulous set of asparagus with hollandaise sauce look great on a plate, and your buyer eats it all, that's not good for them either. But you did your job. You made it presentable. You made them want to eat it. The fact that some pig sat there and ate it all, that's the pig's problem. Part of the tragedy of our retirement planning yada yada right now is that inevitably the calculators, the spurts, always make us feel like no matter what we do, it's not going to be enough. And so what happens is if you can only do $1,200 a year, $500 a year, you think to yourself, well, it's never going to be enough anyway, so I'm going to have a crappy retirement. I might as well just go to Florida. Okay, and so that's what's happening. You know, I might as well buy the boots. Okay? And what I'm trying to say to people is don't do that. Don't shortchange what it is you can do. Focus on what you can do and stay with what you can do. Just save. Because if you start in your 20s, it's estimated that you need about 6% of your money saved every year, right until you retire, to have enough. Okay? If you wait until you're in your 30s to start, then it's 10%. If you wait until you're in your 40s to start, it's 18%, which coincidentally is the RSP contribution limit. However, wouldn't you rather save 6% of your income than 18% of your income?
Yeah.
So start early, do it consistently, and you can save a lot less because you have so much more time for compounding to do its magic for you.
What's the one thing you can tell me to do that will help my finances right off the bat? What can I go home and do or think about?
Do you know where all your money is going? Every penny? Now you know.